We have a brand new fabulous folded cutting die, and as you can see, this is the circular step card. Very, very versatile, and I can hardly wait to show you what Teresa has done. Please come play with us. Well, before we get into Teresa's projects, I just wanted to show you the card that's on the packaging. This is made with teacups and roses. It also has the chipboard, and as you can see, it has this curved bottom, and yes, it will stand up, so that's really fun. And let me get through the whole thing with you. So you're going to get one cutting die. And in fact, it looks like this. So it's one piece. It has all of the score lines. Yes, this will fit into your regular Big Shot or your Gemini Junior, so no need to worry about that. Let me show you what this is and just how you fold this. On the back of the packaging, however, I do want to show you, because we do this with every single fabulous folded, there are step-by-step instructions, but then also a diagram to show you. And this is really easy, because when you die cut it, it's going to look like this. And most of these folds become mountain folds. So I always start in the middle and kind of pinch it. Then the side and the side. And then the top front ones also become mountains, and then these become valleys. So it just kind of collapses like this. Now, you do want to use your bone folder or whatever tool you have to really go over those lines to make them nice and tight, so that that will work very nicely. And get those on the inside too, so that this will fold down flat. Also, this will fit into our regular envelopes. Now, these are sized for our 5 by 6.5 inch cards, but as you can tell, you're going to be wanting to add some more dimension to these, so that's going to work out nicely. The measurement of these is, let's see, let me just get you the card. It is 5 7/8 inches wide. When it's just the card itself, that will measure 3 inches tall, but like this one is 4 inches tall. So you can build that up. In fact, Teresa has done exactly that. And by the way, we do carry these envelopes separately, because you're already making your card, so you don't need those, but these are sold separately. So just trying to think of everything for you. Okay, let me get these aside and show you the first card that Teresa has done. And here is what it is. So this is a little bit smaller than the one that was done for the packaging. And isn't it pretty? Just really nice. And as it opens up, we've got some pieces inside. Now, what Teresa used to make the card base is that she used one of our cardstocks, and this is a Seasonal Splendor cardstock. So you can see this has kind of autumn tones in it, and that's what she used to create the base. But for her card and for the die cuts that are on top, she used an Artful card kit. This is Abundant Florals. And I wanted to show you the first sheet, because that's what she used to cover her card base. And you can see right there that that's where she started with that edge. And with all of the Artful card kits, not only do you get the papers, and they are double-sided, but you also get a collection of die cuts. So in this case, there are 2 sheets with a total of 35 die cuts, so that works nicely. Now, what Teresa is giving us is a download for the papers, and you can print these off, and they are going to fit perfectly onto the front of your card. However, the other thing that you could do is also just to run this cutting die through your paper again. You will have some extra, but it will give you the front piece and the side pieces that Teresa used. So you've got a couple of options there. Now, what she also used is, before she glued that paper onto the front, is Teresa does a really nice job of inking and blending the edges. So she used 2 of the inks from our friends at Crafter's Companion. This is Damson Wine and Plum Jam. Now, she used the Damson first, so she cut out her paper, however you want to do it, with the machine or just by scissors. Then she used the blending brushes to tap into the Damascene, which is a purple, and go along the edge. Then she went back on top of it with the plum jam, and that gave her the color, the exact color she wanted. So she did that on all of the edges, all the way around, both the side pieces and that front piece. And it just gives, well, you can see what it does. It just gives a beautiful shading. So that's really nice. Now, what else did she do? Well, she also went into the Artful card kit, and she has the Thankful, and that is foam taped on top. And you can see that it kind of peeks up above that fold, and that's nice because it covers the fold and gives you a really pretty top border up there. Now, she did add some dazzles, and you can see them more on the inside, but you can see them a little bit here on the edges, right there on each of the sides. Let me show them to you on the inside. So on the inside, this is another piece of the abundant florals, and this is more the teal color. And you can see the thin line dazzles, and this is out of the thin line pearl and pastel. So there's all shades of pearl and pastel finishes, and she's got them right there, and again, right down there. And this is another of the die cuts that are out of the package. And her final addition is a couple of things. Certainly the ribbons. Now this ribbon is out of the Ivory collection. And what she did is, this is the eighth inch ribbon, and she wrapped it vertically and then tied a bow and dotted that on top. Then for her finishing touch, she added the marble papers, or excuse me, flowers, the royal posies from 49 a Market. So she just has one there, a little leaf, and then a couple more there with another leaf, and that finishes her card. Very pretty. You can kind of see that you can do a lot of mixing and matching with different tools, different utensils, different things with it. So flowers, dazzles, die cuts, lots of things. You can build it up, you can keep it down, however you like. Now, speaking of building it up, look at the next card. So you can see that, and that's going even taller, but it's still going to fit in the envelope. So let me show you. Here's the envelope. So this is still going to fit in just like that. Now this is going up, let me see. This one was 4 inches. So this is going up a little over 5 inches, and it's still working very nicely. So you've got lots of different elevations that you can get with this cutting die. Now this is being done out of the sunflower. Let's see, the solid is going to be used to do the flowers, but what she used, because these are cardstock, is the sunflower 6x6 patterned cardstock. So that's what she used to cut out her base. And you can see that she's got the sunflowers down here. There is a kind of a trellis back here. On the inside, there is more of the trellis, a little bit different, and some of the chicken wire. So that worked very nicely. And I do like how she played with it with some other elements. So that was fun. Now, this is being sunflowers. There is a sunflower die, but that's not what Teresa went with. She went with the Secret Garden because these are smaller flowers. And you can see that she used these with that solid cardstock to create her flowers. Now you know you're going to need the bone folder to secure those folds down, but she also used the bone folder to kind of just curve those petals. So that gives a little bit of a lift and a little bit of dimension. So they're not just laying flat, but they work perfectly going through the mail, as this card has done. Now the other piece that she has added is this die, and this is the scroll window. And I do want to tell you that we have been able to reduce the price on these. These are so beautiful. There are 3 windows, but that price is going down. So you can see that down below where all the materials are listed. So you can see that she's done this die, but you can see the ghosted part back there. Well, you know what that is. That has vellum in the back. So this die has two pieces. It's got the window, but it also has the outline. So die cut the outline for the vellum, and then die cut this piece just out of the cardstock. And you can glue them together using the specialist glue. That's going to work so well. And then for those golden butterflies, do you see how those are? This is with a package of dazzles that we don't see very often. This is 117 beautiful butterflies is what it's called. There are 9 sheets. You can see lots of different finishes. And Teresa has used the gold pearl finish, and you can see how she's just placed them. There's also some little corner treatments, and it works perfectly at the top of that window. Now on the inside, she's taken yet another of the pieces of the 6x6 sunflower, 2 of the cutouts, and a smaller flower from that secret garden. And isn't that fun? I love to see the height that it gets. Now, if you've been watching our fabulous folded webisode, you know that Teresa always does something unexpected with the dies, and I was quite curious to see what she would do this time, and the woman does not disappoint. So let me show you. Here is our regular 5 by 6.5 inch card, and look what Teresa has done. So here is our circular step card, but it becomes a flap on the side, and when I open it, you can see what's happening. And it just holds that front closed and creates a really fun opening for it. Okay, so how did she do that? Well, first of all, she took her basic card and cut a 1/2 inch off the front edge, okay? Then you can tell that she has used the Seascapes and Sand collection of products. So she has taken, this is what the Seascapes and Sand looks like. So she's taken 1 sheet and she has cut it down to fit on the front of the card. And you can see how fun that is. We'll talk about the chipboard and what she did there in just a moment. She also cut out the circular step out of another piece of the patterned cardstock. It's got the blue on the outside and also some kind of ocean wave looking on the front. Now, before she attached it, she cut a 1 inch wide strip of the sand looking paper and glued it just at that opening edge. And then she took this piece and she used the extra sticky tape to attach it so that you can see that the fold, let me get this out of the way, the fold of the die cut rests along the outside edge of the card. So you can see that with the yellow one a little bit better. So that's how you'll position it. You'll just glue that down on top of that little strip. And then after that's done, you can finish it with another piece of the Seascapes and Sand on top. These 2 are from the die cuts, and you get 31 of those, as you probably know. And so they are, these 2 are flat and they are overlapping. This is foam taped. So that just does a nice job. Now we can go back to this, and she's gone back to that ivory ribbon. You can see that dotted sheer, and she wrapped around this center area and then tied it into a bow. So that's easy. Put another, this is the cutout from the pattern cardstock, and then she's got one of the die cuts on the back. So that's playing very nicely, isn't it? Now, let's talk about all of that chipboard. The chipboard is all done exactly the same way. And what Teresa uses, of course, is a watermark ink pad. In this case, she recommends the Versamark. That's what she used. You want to make sure that it's really thoroughly saturated with the watermark Versamark ink pad. Then she uses the Bronze Age embossing powder, and it just does a beautiful job. You can see how that looks. It is shiny. It's got copper tones in there that are just beautiful. So our seahorse, our crab, our shells are all just beautifully done. She just glued those on the top and on the inside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them, and there are 15. So you've got plenty more to play with. So it just does a great job. Now, I have something else to tell you. Now, as always, the Money Saver is on the right side of your screen. And as you know, the Money Saver is going to give you some goodie for free. That's right. That's what we always do. But something else is happening as of right now, and that is a subscription. It's Fabulous Folded subscription. And you can see that when you click on the Money Saver, you'll see something that will tell you about the subscription. But let me give you some information. So if you want to get these every single month, here's what we'll do. When you sign up, you're going to get some special offer. And that special offer is these brand new bow dies. And that's really fun because it's going to make 2 different sizes of bows effortlessly. So that's free. Then every month you will get the new Fabulous Folded die. We will ship it out a week before the webisode, and that way you've got it when the webisode comes, so that way it's in your hands. We'll also give you 10% off on it, and we'll also give you that free goodie that we offer in the webisode, so you don't miss out on anything. You get an extra savings, and you get something special, and you get them every single month. Now, I do have to tell you that the prices of the cutting dies vary. Smaller dies are less expensive, bigger dies are a little bit more. So the price will vary each month. However, I can tell you one thing, every single time your creativity will be, well, fabulous, just like the name implies. So, as always, all of the instructions are down below. Just click on the card. Teresa's written everything out for you. We have the download for you there. It's under that first card. And the Money Saver's right over there. And if you're interested, the Fabulous Folded subscription is also there. We welcome you to join us. And as a matter of fact, we absolutely love that you are part of the Paper Wishes family. If you're watching us on YouTube, please say that you like us, subscribe, and come on over to paperwishes.com and take advantage of all the savings and all the creativity. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.